you guys. Today we're talking about thumbnails. So I titled this Your Content, Your Thumbnails for a reason because I feel like a lot of people ignore their thumbnails. I'm one of those people, and I even call myself out in this presentation somewhere in the middle where I mentioned that half of my videos on my channel actually don't have a thumbnail. But I did some back end research, and I did that for a reason. I wanted to basically see how the algorithm would push my videos with a thumbnail versus without, and because that has been an argument also, like in the YouTuber space, like, oh, it doesn't matter if you have a thumbnail or not, which I'm like, I digress. I feel like it does matter. I don't want to say it doesn't matter. It's not as important as other things, say for example SEO keywords, your titles, your tags, the branding and such. So that stuff matters, but I do feel like having a solid thumbnail matters. And I'm going to show you guys live how you can just use like Canva to do that at the end of the video. So stay tuned through the end. And when you get through the end of this video, make sure you leave a bug emoji. So a little caterpillar emoji that you have. I know every phone's looks different. So some have it like purple and some have it green. Whatever color, I don't care. Put a bug at the end of this video. That's how I know you watched it all. And if you put it and you didn't watch it all, I'll still know. But anyways. Oh, quick shout out also to the sponsors of this video. So we have W Energy, Drink Poggers, and Prize Picks, which I will link all of my affiliate links underneath in the description box below the video. So introduction, what is the first thing that people notice about the videos you post? The correct answer is your thumbnail. It quite literally is the first thing that people see when they are about to click on your video. So you want to make sure that the photo you're choosing is not only a good quality and also engaging to look at. So kind of like a no-brainer. I even included some examples at the end of the video as well, so stay tuned for that. But I put a side-by-side of an actual video, two videos that are very, very much alive and real on my channel, and I compare the difference in the two. One has a thumbnail and one doesn't. Some videos do get more views that have a thumbnail versus some that don't have a thumbnail and don't. It just looks very messy. Like I'll even go and show you actually, like just to step away from the presentation for a bit. We jump over to my channel. Like it is such a hot mess. I'm not gonna lie, I'm still in the process of assigning a thumbnail to every single YouTube video on my channel. It has taken a while to get all of them. I haven't quite got them. Oh, hello. Hi, Leah. We're recording. I know, but like we're recording. You can't be here right now. I'm sorry. You're cute, but poopy girl no do. Okay, go. She's like, I have a lot to say. Well, I don't, so goodbye. So if I just scroll through here, you can see just very clearly it's messy. Like I just uploaded this 4 hours ago and I haven't even uploaded a thumbnail, but I'm working on the thumbnail. I guess you guys are having Leia to be company. She wants to, she says put a thumbnail, else I'll give you the skibbity baps. No, but seriously, some of my videos that do have thumbnails have really good viewership, whereas the ones that don't kind of don't. For example, these two don't have thumbnails. The LTM Lex versus Andro or the Term versus Pip, 18 views, 16 views. And then you have these, all four of these videos over here have 32, 21, 27, 27 views. So just, that's like a quick comparison. Like the ones that have thumbnails do end up having more views. The one video that has like the most views right now is my flank guide video, which has 480 views. I released that a year ago, and that has a thumbnail, whereas this one doesn't. It has 118 views. So it very much depends. I also highly recommend, if you haven't, and I talked about this in a different video on my channel, if y'all haven't set up your videos to be in a playlist yet, please do it. Your viewers and your subscribers will love you so much for that. Yes. If they're like me, they want it to be all condensed and organized. So let's say if I'm a new supporter of Valley Bug, I'm like, okay, I know these guys do a Paladins podcast. Where can I find that? Boom, I put it in the playlist. So a lot of this stuff is condensed for you guys, and I feel like if you are a creator on YouTube, you should be doing this as well. But just so you can get an idea of the difference between the viewership when you have a thumbnail versus when you don't. Now again, that's not the only thing that's important, but it is important nonetheless. All right, so going back to the presentation. So let me just skip over to the next thing. So my background as a creator, everyone pretty much knows me as Ali or Bug, Ali Bug. It is a screen name that I've adopted since before playing the first game that introduced me to streaming, which was Dauntless. I started streaming 4 years ago, and gained about 3.3k on Twitch in followers, along with 2.2k on Twitter, which I think it's actually 2.3 now. 1.2 on TikTok, 230 on Instagram, which my old account had 1.6k, but I was hacked. And then my YouTube channel now has 629 on my gaming channel, 126 on my lifestyle channel, but I don't really use that channel that much, so it doesn't really get a lot of love. My cat was biting the fuck out of me just now. I had to like move her over there. She's a little too hype right now. So I guess you could say I know a bit about having to create thumbnails, and the irony is, like I said earlier, half my content actually has them. I'm taking it upon myself now to go back. I have over, I think, 500, almost 600 YouTube videos posted. So I have to go through all of those videos, even the old ones, and just create thumbnails for them, because it just makes them look so much more uniform and cleaner, and it just makes a huge difference. I cannot stress it enough. So I highly recommend you guys go and do that. So I've already kind of talked about some of the problems with not having it, but when you upload videos to YouTube without a thumbnail, the algorithm actually does not push it as much as others with it. And in case you didn't know, your YouTube shorts, you can actually assign a thumbnail to that as well, very similar to like Instagram Reels. Like, it's very much the same thing. It does give you that option. If it doesn't at the time of posting, it is okay to go back and edit and do it through the YouTube studio, but I want to say you get to choose the cover. They call it the cover, not thumbnail, but the cover, usually before you post it. Another problem is that it lacks professional clean image, like I was saying. So you'll see a lot of YouTubers kind of do the thumbnail and almost like this right here, like the white background or trim. It just kind of looks more interesting. You can kind of play around with different editing softwares, which I'll show you in a minute how to do that. But just adding a little bit of pizzazz to the thumbnail is not hard to do, and it does make a difference when people are looking for something to watch. A lot of the times I've avoided something that had too much of an edited thumbnail, whereas something was like not as edited but still caught my attention, you know, and I still clicked it. And that's my last point here, losing out on missed potential of visually engaged viewership. So some viewers, like myself, especially artists, like we tend to gravitate towards things that are very bright and pretty and intriguing, interesting, unique, abstract. And so kind of like, this is why, if you notice, I chose a presentation that's very colorful and pop, right? Comic kind of vibe. Nothing to do with comics. We're talking about YouTube thumbnails, you know what I mean? But because I chose this specific presentation, and this could just be my marketing skills talking, right? I went to school for this. So a lot of times certain colors connect with certain emotions with us, and that's something big in marketing that they teach you very early on. Colors translate to emotions, which translates to feelings, which ultimately will translate into the decision making that goes into whether or not the person is going to buy or purchase a product or a service. So in this case, we're not talking about buying or, you know, having a service. We're just trying to convert a view to a click, to, so not so much a view to a click, but a passerby, someone who is just like hovering over it versus clicking it versus staying for a while. Those three things are very hard to do on YouTube, and I think you getting all of your content to where each of them has a nice, unique, tailored thumbnail for each one will kind of help bring those people in and keep them there. I mean, I've seen people in the comments of bigger YouTubers say, oh my god, thumbnails are always on point, or they be geeking or gagging at how funny some of the thumbnails are. So I highly recommend you have fun with it. I think the biggest thing with content creation that we've lost track of, and I myself am victim to this, we've lost track of how much fun it is to create content. Content creators no longer have fun creating content, and I think creating the thumbnail has a lot to do with that. I mean, you get hype about new videos. For me personally, I have this new fire under my ass about creating content. On the way back from dropping off my mom to work, I was like working on a podcast episode on my phone while editing a video for YouTube. Like, I haven't done that in so long, and I used to dread doing that. I used to dread it. It was like a job for a minute, and it was just very like, I didn't like it anymore. But now it's like, oh, I'm finding the fun in like wanting to create. Oh, I can't wait to add this sound to that track, or this song to that, or make this sound effect when I'm doing this face. Like, I miss that so much. And if you are a content creator, then you understand exactly what I'm talking about. And I feel like creating your thumbnail is a huge part of that happiness of like, this is mine and I'm making it, you know? So I'm just, I might be getting a little too deep and a little too emotional about it, but just try to remember why we're all doing this. Yeah, like we want to make money and we do want to make this our full time, whatever, but you know, there is fun in the process of creating content. Never lose sight of that. All right, moving on. So some goals that you can kind of create for yourself while you're kind of thinking about this, you know, get some pen and paper, start brainstorming, think about all the things you want to change. Like I was saying earlier, going through all of your previous content, making a list of all the ones that do not have a thumbnail. Make some plans, brainstorm ideas, get with your community, create polls. Discord has the ability to create a poll. So does your Twitch chat. So does your Instagram, your TikTok. You can add it as a sticker onto your videos, your stories, okay? Instagram, YouTube community tab. Get with your people to figure out what they want, what you want. Come together on an agreement on something. Have fun with the titles, the descriptions, make it as SEO friendly as possible so that your videos do get found and pushed through the algorithm. Try to remember to pre-make thumbnails. So this is a very good idea I thought about as I was typing. Pre-making your thumbnails. I used to be so tedious about my Twitter posting that I actually would schedule my tweets 2 weeks out. I haven't done that for like a year and a half now, ever since Elon fucked up Twitter. Which I have half a mind to honestly switch to Blue Sky. I don't know yet. Also, fun fact, these little Dunkin' Donuts chocolates are so good. I found them at the Dollar Tree. Why is this so iconic and why have I not seen these? They literally look so delicious. Look at this. It's a literal donut. Look. So good. But yeah. See? I saw orange and I was like, hunger. Chocolate. I lied. That's not my thought process, but to make it relatable to this, I did that. I just wanted a snack. But shooting for about 5 or 6 pre-made ones is like a safe zone. You can see in my Canva, I have a ton of projects that I haven't even finished yet. And a lot of them are like just drafts that are there. So most of the time that I'm thinking about putting out a video, I have a bunch of pre-made stuff that I usually end up not going with, but it's good to have decisions and options. It's good to have options to make better decisions, because sometimes you may want to do something at the start of content creation, but then towards the end of it, you're like, oh, I kind of want to go this route. If you're like me, that's going to happen. Like, and if you're an artist, I mean, any artist has like creative syndrome where you're just like, I want to do this, but I want to do this, but now I want to do this. 5 minutes later, you're like, scrap the whole thing. I want to do this now. So it happens. We all do it. And then adding call to actions, giveaways, updates, or events to the thumbnails can really boost the chances of the click to watch ratio. So again, bringing up that click to watch ratio, we're all creators going for the same thing. Ultimately, you're trying to increase your conversion rate. So to do that, you know, let's say you're already doing a giveaway. Let's say you're already doing, you know, updates every week on a certain situation. Let's say you just bought a house and this and that's going on. You want to, like, you know, I don't know, update your people on that. You can like put it in the thumbnail. I've seen creators do that. I've seen traveler creators who give like updates on like where they're going or what cities they're going to or whatever. So they do that. That works. Or just straight up like call to actions. If you subscribe, you get this. If you do this, you do this. Like any of that works. And I mean, you can do it in the description box. If you're smart, you'll do it everywhere. But in the thumbnail, honestly, is like iconic because again, people, that's the first thing they see before they click into your video. So these are some of the tools that I use. Canva, InShot, and CapCut. There's a ton that you can use out there, but I'm gonna be honest with you, Canva is one of the most simplest ones, and I'm gonna show you what I mean right now. So let's go to Canva. And I'm really quickly just going to type in YouTube thumbnail. I mean, you can see some of the old ones I've done, but I mean, they've got so many here. Some of them are like really cringy. I mean, I get that, but they're also just so simple and easy to use. Like, you can't be mad at how easy it is to make a thumbnail, especially the pro ones. They have good free and paid ones. So I'm going to open up a free one, and then I'm going to open up a paid one to show you the difference. So they have some really good free ones from what I can see here. Let me get out of this one. Okay, so I'm trying to find a good pro one. I guess this one's like really high quality, so we'll click this one. So I'm gonna show you the difference. Now I'm gonna put these behind my head so you can see. Wait, I can't present this because it's not a presentation. No, I can't. Sag. I thought I could to make it like bigger. Oh, but I could full screen it. Oh, okay, that works. Okay, so look how nice this looks. Like, obviously this is like really, really nice. Hi. It's really nice. And this white background was what I was talking about, making it look really nice and professional. You can get something like this, or if that's kind of like too bougie for you, fine, whatever. Something simple like this. I mean, they're both really, really nice. You know, they're both really nice. They can be used for multiple different types of things. And you don't have to do anything. You literally could just change the color, put your picture. If you're thinking, Allie, oh my God, that's so much work. I'm going to literally show you the difference. Okay, watch. Like, I'll take a picture of my fucking big ass dome. She's got her picture there. Can I replace it? No. Eat. Let's just replace her face with mine. Okay. Eat. So we put that, and let's just say, I don't know. Let's say I'm playing Roblox. Highly unlikely that I'll be playing Roblox until I get that sponsorship again. But I didn't change a fucking thing but the pictures. Like, it's really that easy. Like, I don't know. People that like make it such a big deal, and they're like, I have to hire an editor to make my thumbnail. Bitch, please! If you don't go on Canva and make your own. Like, I'm sorry. I'm not trying to shit on people that obviously want to support other artists. That's great. I'm not knocking that at all. I just think it's really silly when people flex like, oh, I have an editor. I have this. I have that. But you only get barely 2 views on your stream, or like barely a like or whatever on your videos. Like, sometimes you doing it yourself will ultimately pay off more than you going out of your way to just shove more and more money in someone else's pocket when it could be going into your pocket. Does that make sense? I'm sorry if that sounds very like crude to some people, but girl, this is a business industry, and hello, like, I'm sorry, you gotta make money, you gotta spend money to make money, and I get that, but you don't have to cheat yourself either, you know what I mean? So just keep that in mind. You know, again, there's tons of other things you can use if you don't want to use Canva. I'm actually not sponsored by them. I know a lot of times I vouch for them and people think I am. I've been trying to get sponsored by Canva for years. I'm in their affiliate program, but not their creator program, so it's not sponsored. I just really enjoy using it. And I both enjoy the free and paid version of Canva. So just saying, if you need ideas for a thumbnail, go look on Canva, go on YouTube. There's tons of YouTubers that, are partnered with, for example, Harris Heller. Love him, love all of his stuff. He was one of the few people who were making copyright-free music for Twitch when they were doing the bans. He has since had a lot of success with his channel, kind of bringing people together with that, along with streaming tips and videography tips. And sometimes he has actually helped me through a lot of my questions about becoming a streamer and advancing and creating and making things look a little more professional. Spending versus investing money in a small private business is an interesting concept. It really is. I mean, everyone kind of does things differently. I feel like when I see the value in something, yes, I'll spend my money in it, but a lot of the times, because I'm a small business owner myself, I feel like a lot of you doing it yourself is the better route, unless it is truly something that is out of your comfort zone or out of your expertise, and you really, really need, like, you know, a legitimate person who knows what they're doing. But yeah, just kind of like all that in a nutshell. So I showed you guys how to do that. Let's move on. So here's an example. As I showed you guys earlier when I went on my YouTube channel, there is a video that didn't have a, which I didn't include the views on this one. I don't know why I cropped that way, but this one had more views. But this one with the thumbnail had more views and had been out sooner than this one. This one had no thumbnail with not as many views. So that is just an example of me going back to all my old content, trying to replace them with thumbnails, which I'm trying to keep. If you notice, if you looked at my channel, a lot of the same ones that belong to the same type of video or playlist type, I keep with the same thumbnail, just changing the title and whatever episode it is, or, you know, little things. I think that plays a part in familiarity when it comes to branding yourself. Remember, you are a creator, you're a brand now, so you have to brand yourself accordingly. And I feel like making yourself familiar to people is easier said than done. So some of the ways that you can do that is, for me, I have my saying, right? Hello, my name is Allie, or Allie Bug, whatever floats your boat, whatever tickles your pickle for a nickel. People love that. They eat that shit up. They think it's hilarious, cute, whatever, funny, wow, hot, hee hee, tickle my fancy, like whatever, right? That's just my little thing. Now, Elk says, how you doing, how you feeling, how you smelling? She likes to say that. She gets that from someone else. You know, it's like everybody has their little thing. Well, for thumbnails, you want to kind of like get people like used to your video type. So if you're a variety streamer like myself, you're doing different things on your YouTube channel. Some people have their niche where they only do one thing or two things or three things. I do multiple things. So it's like to help people remember, okay, if I see the navy blue, right, and little microphone, because that's Paladin's podcast, whereas the light blue, you know, fancy, those were the LTM videos. You know, like I break it down by color, because color is like the first thing that we use as humans to identify stuff. You know, when we see things, the light that's reflected off of the objects we see, we can identify it by its color, right? And I talked about how color affects your emotions and your feelings, and so a lot of the times red and yellow and orange can be associated with food. I grabbed a chocolate snack in the middle of me doing this because I saw so much red. You know, that's not my thought process. That's a subconscious programming that's happened through advertising. And you can actually do your own research on that, but it does affect the mind in that way. Alrighty. And that is all. There's really not that much into it, you guys. Just, you know, do your best as you're putting out content, and not just on YouTube, guys. This is applying to everything. Your Instagram reels, your TikTok videos, your YouTube shorts, your posts on Twitter, everything that you do, your Discord even. Having a designated image or cover or thumbnail to kind of summarize what's going on behind the concept. And I've learned this because I'm a writer initially. Before putting out podcast episodes, before starting a YouTube channel, before going live on Twitch, I was a writer. I had started my blog 10 years ago, and it's only started to see success now. And I learned through the hard way that people, unfortunately, don't have large attention spans anymore. They just don't. So you need something to get their attention, and bright colors, or not all the time bright colors, but just images in general, making something pop, making something resonate with the people that are watching, listening, learning through you. So keeping that in mind the next time you're posting a video will really save you some time and energy in trying to find that right viewership. Keep in mind, as long as you're putting your all into it and staying within your niche, or if you choose to get out of your niche and make those changes, keep that in mind about familiarity and staying true to your brand, because ultimately you want people to know you for you and like you for you. So anyways, I hope you learned a little bit of things. Attention span is what I said, Tiny Tim. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed this, and I'll be trying to upload this as soon as possible. I did do this live, so you can go back and watch the VOD if you'd rather watch the live version of this, or if you want to wait till I post it on YouTube, it should be up either by today or tomorrow. Thank you guys so much, and I hope to see you soon in the next one. Bye-bye. And yeah, move your body, move your body, move your body. Follow your dreams. Dreaming is the way you see. Dreaming, follow. I wanna see you. I wanna see you. Move your hips side to side, reach your hands in the sky. Move your hips left and right.
That's alright, make it up all night. I wanna see where this go, where we go. Tell me where we go. I wanna see what. Move your body, 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 move your body.